Today we look at this question: my spouse wants a divorce, what should I do? My name is Lee Balcom, and I'm the Internet's leading marriage expert, helping you to understand what's going on in your marriage and what to do to fix that marriage. First of all, let me ask you another question. Why does your spouse want a divorce? You need to understand this. What is the reason that they're saying they want a divorce? Because unless you understand that, you're not going to understand how to respond to the situation. Is it an affair? Perhaps they have some other interest. And when I say affair, I don't just mean physical, I also mean emotional, because whenever there is an affair, it is pulling energy away from the marriage and towards another relationship. And that's often when someone says they want a divorce. Or you may be the person who's been involved somewhere else and your spouse is saying, I've had enough, I want a divorce. Or maybe they're saying they're no longer in love. What they mean by that is they're no longer feeling passion. We've talked about this in another video, but they no longer feel the passion, and so they say they're no longer in love, and what they really mean is they just don't have that feeling anymore. Or maybe they're saying we fight too much. They're just tired of the fighting. Or perhaps they have another reason, and you can see now as we talk about how important these reasons are, why that changes what you do. Because if it's an affair, it's a matter of dealing with why that affair happened. If it's about no longer in love, how do you get back to and feel like you can get beyond that and back to those feelings? And we fight too much is some way of finding a way to deal with that conflict better. So what is your reason? What is your spouse telling you of the reason that they want to get a divorce? This is why I asked. The reason does make a big difference. If it is someone else, that requires a far, far different approach than we fight too much. Now, again, I want to say this. Don't assume you know why they want a divorce. You want to ask them. You need to know what they say, their words, how they explain it. These are what I don't want you to do. Do not beg. Do not plead. Do not threaten. Do not coerce. Do not manipulate. Do not throw a tantrum. All of these things will only get you into trouble and push your spouse further away. But there are some things you do want to do. 1, do clearly state your disagreement with divorcing. Say that this is not what you want. Clearly state that you care about the relationship and that you care about both of you being happy. That's a two-part to this. It's not that you care so much about the relationship you don't care if either one of you is happy. This is about both caring about the relationship and finding happiness. And clearly state that you do not want the marriage that you had, but a marriage you would both treasure. I rarely have someone who said, gosh, we're so happy, I don't know what happened. I have people who've said, we were once so happy and I wish we were so happy. But usually when someone wants a divorce, both people know there's something going on. So I think it's often fair to say, I don't want to go back to where we've been. I just don't want to get a divorce. I want something new, something different. I want to tell you what the biggest game ender to saving a marriage is. If you do this, I promise you it brings everything to a screeching halt. It's your reaction. A strong negative reaction often proves a spouse's point, reinforcing their decision. Understand that. If somebody is saying, we fight too much, and you throw a temper tantrum, all they do is walk away saying, see? Or say they're having an affair and they justify it by saying that they're not happy with you, with being in that relationship, and you throw a huge temper tantrum and they feel like they're being rejected again. You're proving their point. The problem is when we have a strong reaction, a strong negative reaction, we almost always validate the reason that the person is saying they have for the ending of the marriage. I'm not saying that they're accurate. I'm saying you're giving them proof of validation. You're reinforcing the way they're seeing the situation right then, and that's not what you want to do. You want to play against that. Regardless of your feelings, remain calm. Work to be constructive. It's not useful to tear down the other person for whatever they've done or to try to one-up them on the insults. Be constructive. Work on building something. Look for solutions. Don't just get stuck in the, oh, we're in so much trouble. Look for what can happen. Can we do therapy? Can we read a book? Can we go to a retreat? Can we talk? Can we somehow reconnect? Be patient. Understand that one of the biggest things against us is impatience. Marriage crises do not happen overnight. They are not fixed overnight. You have to be patient and understand that there are going to be lots of starts and stops to the process, and you have to stay patient in order to get the result you want. And finally, stay positive. Just like I said, that strong negative reaction, if you become negative yourself, if you become bitter and upset yourself, you're only reinforcing what the other person is seeing as being negative in you, and you don't want to do that. Now, if you want to learn more about saving your marriage, I want you to go now to www.savethemarriage.com. That's www.savethemarriage.com. There's a free e-course there and lots of other resources and ebooks and recordings that you can take advantage of at www.savethemarriage.com.